Hi everyone. So OBS today decided to not work properly. So there is no audio in this video recording. So I'm going to be speaking over the top of it, and that's how this video is going to go today. So what I was saying is we're actually starting on the home screen because that's why when you load Minecraft we got this, and our update is called 24W14 potato, and on the launcher you can click things and potatoes will fly out of the mouse. I'm really sorry for the fact that my microphone didn't work, because I'm really annoyed that happened, because basically I think what I ended up doing is I ended up disconnecting my microphone, then reconnecting it, like, you know, like kind of from the settings, and then it's decided to work, like, you know, OBS has decided to like see it again. But yeah, the fact that it didn't work is really annoying, because there was like 40 minutes of recording on this and none of it got picked up. So yeah, now we're loading it. I hadn't played it before, and there was a lot going on, right? Like that is a lot, which I really wasn't expecting at all. It's quite a weird update, and if you couldn't tell, it's to do with poisonous potatoes, given the name. And yeah, okay, so this is just a bunch of weirdness. And oh yeah, there is game volume. Game volume exists. It's just the microphone that didn't work. So yeah, I'm just making a new world right now, and when I do make it, I realize, like, I also, you know what, no, I also actually decided to turn on the snapshot experiments and whatnot as well, because why not? But so yeah, when I made the world, right, nothing happened to it. I tried turning off my resource packs, nothing happened there, until I realized about a weird potato with a weird face. Now right now I went into the inventory to see what there was and found a potato tab, and this is what it is. I saw that, the poisonous potato hammer, knockback 10 for some reason. We've got the potato portal that was up the top, a bunch of potato peels and potato peel blocks, which are weird. Yeah, a lot of weird things, because potatoes apparently, and yeah, potato head blocks, and there's potato brick stairs and whatnot. A bunch of potato, there's a few potato mobs and potato ores, which I'm assuming you can find when you go through the potato dimension. I didn't look though. And yeah, a lot of stuff. So yeah, but yeah, you've got the potato eye right here, which leads you to something in a new dimension. It's weird. And then I found this guy, the poisonous potato plant. I fiddled around with it a bit, trying to figure out what you do, until I accidentally ended up shift clicking on him, and then there was like speech that popped up, and it got, and I was confused, obviously. Like, why wouldn't I be confused? So yeah, you know, this happened. So basically what happened here, I shift clicked to try and put it in my hotbar, and I ended up putting it on my head by accident, and then I ended up getting like an entire quest from this guy that took me 16 minutes to complete. And there's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, basically it turns out this guy's been trying to infiltrate Minecraft for a while, like a few weeks now. And they get to the Minecraft snapshot, and yeah, it's weird. And he gets me to go to a village, so I go to the village, and then this happens, where it turns out the closest plains village was in a mangrove swamp, and I'll stick the seed in the description of the video, because it's very weird and I got a bit distracted by it, because, you know, this isn't meant to happen. And then yeah, I ended up deciding to listen to the potato guy, and he told me that I needed to take a bed. Then it turned out that I was actually just meant to use the bed, but obviously I can't because it's daytime, blah 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 blah. And I end up having to get the potato eye by putting a poisonous potato in a crafting table. Yeah, it's a bit confusing. They took the code from the Eye of Ender and made you go to a place that's a bit like a ruined portal, but not quite, because it's all potato themed and weird. And I put a poisonous potato on a poisonous potato pedestal, and then the poisonous potato portal appears. And this is what the place looks like, and there is a chest there with a bunch of what looks to be ruined portal loot, and then obviously I think all the other spaces have been filled in with other kind of April Fool's update kind of things, like for example the poisonous potato chestplate. And oh yeah, and also because of wearing the poisonous potato thing, I've got a weird face. And what I end up having to do is put a poisonous potato on the pedestal, and it does this. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't quite know what happened, and I go through the portal, quite obviously. Why wouldn't I go through the portal? It's a portal. And I go to this potato dimension with the most disgusting sounding blocks known to mankind. Okay, so by this time, the potato guy wanted me to find a potato village, and I assumed that tree would be a potato village. It was not. There was some weird pathway blocks that I ended up walking around a bit. It turns out there was no village here, just some weird path. And some glitchy potato plants. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, potatoes grow in this biome. Obviously, it's a potato biome. So yeah, I end up finding the village by using commands, because I couldn't find a village otherwise. And I think in survival mode, this would be much more difficult. Obviously, I'm going to try it in survival mode, and I think the last part is going to be very difficult if I try it in survival mode. But, woohoo! Anyway. So yeah, I ended up finding the village by using commands, and it was quite, there was quite a discovery at the village for something we've been waiting for a long time. I say a long time, it's probably been a couple months now. It is the, oh yeah, there's also an iron golem there. Anyway, it is the all new frying table. Yep, the frying table is in the game, and it's this. It does nothing. It literally does nothing. I tried putting a potato in there, considering there was a potato next to it. And yeah, it does nothing. I destroyed it by accident, but that's fine, because it still does nothing whatsoever. It just looks like this. I'm really sad that it doesn't do anything. I think it should have done something. Unless I was meant to throw the potato on it. If I was meant to throw the potato, I think maybe I should have thrown the potato on it rather than try to put it on normally. Oh well. So yeah, I found the frying table, which doesn't do anything, sadly, as I've said a few times. And what I end up doing is having to go around the village, seeing what there is, looting the chests. Well, I didn't have to loot the chests, but it said I could loot the chests. It's just got generic village loot in the chests, which is kind of sad. I was hoping for some more potato-themed loot, but oh well. And then yeah, there's obviously one of the pedestals, which, I had to put a potato on there to make a portal. Why not? And I end up having to follow the potato eye again to find this monstrosity of what looks to be some sort of bastion. There was the Mega Spud Potato Lord of the Fried Legion here. The weird name, I know. Oh well, that's what Mojang decided to call it. Its name changes throughout the battle. Also, this guy gave me a wooden sword to kill him, and with the mace, that's what it did with the mace. And I dealt over 50 hearts of damage there, and he gave me a wooden sword to try and kill this thing. Unless maybe the wooden sword was meant to be used, but I ended up using the mace because it's the mace and I felt like it. Turns out this guy had some invincibility and I was meant to kill a chicken. I was meant to kill a chicken that I missed because I'm some sort of stupid thing person, and I only realised this because it said Mega Spud the Clucky Contaminator, right? That is the only reason I realised that I was supposed to kill the chicken, not this guy. And it went like this for a bit. I actually obviously realised that I was supposed to kill other things, so once I realised, so I killed the chicken, then I dealt a bit more damage to him, and then he spawned some other things, can't quite remember what they are, and then I dealt more damage to him, and it kept going like that until I eventually killed him. Now this guy got smaller and smaller and smaller every time I attacked him, until he died. And when he died, he was this size, like tiny little potato guy, and dropped the potatoish great stuff of the peasant. Quite a weird name, got to admit. And I ended up putting this guy back on my head because I needed to know what I wanted to do. He ended up just... Oh yeah, by the way, this guy spawned like 10 ghasts in this room. Right? He spawned 10 ghasts, and if they're expecting to do that in survival, I don't think I'd be able to. So I'm glad I went through this in creative. So yeah, basically... Oh yeah, also these guys dropped some sort of amber, which was confusing to say the least. But yeah, so he ended up wanting me to find a composter to put the staff in, and I do, obviously, and I think that half of it would have been composted if I wasn't using creative mode. It turns out that that was all just a bit of a joke, and he did that to try and fool me into, you know, yeah, there you go, now it's only halfway composted into bone meal. So I'm assuming that that's like, it might, I think it might be some sort of hint to be able to compost poisonous potatoes, because that would be amazing, because it means there'd actually be a use for them in the base game. And it turns out it took me 16 minutes and 18 seconds to actually complete the April Fool's snapshot. And I did some more experimenting to see what else was in the snapshot. And it turns out that they added a grappling hook, like a literal grappling hook, which if I were to go in survival mode, I died because I suck at using it because I didn't know how to do it. But if I can't speak. I got another grappling hook to test it out, and it was fun. It was really fun. I ended up going to the potato world again to try out the grappling hook properly. And it was a fun item. Like, you can swing around. I ended up dying again on the first time because I kept going to the void. And there is an end credits scene, which I couldn't be bothered to watch, but I watched a bit of it, and it turns out that it is unique, not just the regular end credits scene. And it's weird. Like, I think the only reason I realized is because on the blue writing, I think it's after this green writing here, it says that there is an endless of potato abilities, right? An endless of potato abilities, and that was what made me realize about that. Oh yeah, and that happened when I respawned. I got launched into the air, and then when I landed, there was poisonous mashed potato. It was weird. Poisonous mashed potato. Obviously, it's weird, and I got footsteps for a bit, so that's a fun little trap. Right, that was a really good idea for an update, to have some sort of trap where you can see footprints. So even if there's someone invisible, you can actually kind of figure out where they are. So you do have to be a bit careful when you're invisible, which is great. So yeah, I obviously went back to the potato world again to actually try it out, and it was really fun, actually. I can't lie, it was such an amazing thing. That this is a perfect thing to have in the base game. Like, we've been asking for a grappling hook for a long time, and after just a little bit of practice, maybe not over the void, you get really good at it, right? Like, look at that. You can just fly across kind of like a Spider-Man, and just, yeah, every now and then you miss, because I suck. But yeah, it's such a great idea for the game. It would fit so well. And we do really need a grappling hook. I fell again. and got launched into the air again. So yeah, we do definitely, we should definitely have something like that in the base game, because it just works so well. It does. And I think, and it's not really much of a grappling hook as such. It's more of a way to travel vertically. And the fact that you can travel vertically so quickly with this is amazing, because instead of like hooking onto a cliff and going up to it like most people want the grappling hook to be, I think this works much better. But yeah, it also turned out they added a potato peeler and a poisonous potato elytra, I think it is. It's a regular elytra but made of poisonous potatoes, I think. And yeah, so this is all the, like, that's the snapshot. I don't think it's all the snapshot because there's just so much. I didn't go through the entire thing because I wanted to make sure that like you guys could also play it and see what it was like. And obviously I want to play it through in survival as well, so I didn't know what I didn't want to know what everything was. So, you know, I ended up going through here. And yeah, there was a potato head block thing that makes you look, you know, absolutely terrific. Like, look at that, it looks great. So yeah, that's the end of the video now, and I want to say thank you for watching all the way through, especially considering it wasn't really the best because obviously the microphone wasn't connected properly and there was no audio, so I had to do a speech over, blah 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 blah. And yeah, subscribe if you liked the video and want to see more stuff like this. I also cover up like all the updates and snapshots and stuff. You know, I'll see you in the next video, and play the snapshot if you have Minecraft, because it's stupid. That's all I can say. It's a stupid snapshot, but it works so well as an April Fool's update. And this is also being recorded on Easter Monday, because April 1st was also Easter Monday. So happy Easter everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.